Welcome to Knicksfandom. This is an independent New York Knicks fan-based podcast, which was created by fans for fans. The show is hosted by L.A. Blackwell, Danny, and Flo. They'll discuss the issues surrounding the Knicks, the NBA, and various other sports-related topics. Join us. It's going to be a heck of a ride.
In the city of L.A., in the city of good old Watts, we keep it rocking. Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. Hey, even LeBron James wants a piece of this, baby. Gentlemen, in today's show, we give our thoughts regarding some of the major recent free agent signings, such as LeBron James heading to the LA Lakers.
LeBron James.
As well as DeMarcus Boogie Cousins signing the Golden State Warriors, and much, much more. We will also debate the winners and losers so far in regards to which teams seemingly improved their teams and which teams dropped the ball. We will debate how all these moves will affect the NBA going forward. Lastly, during the Knicks weekly roundup, we will discuss the Knicks signing of free agent Mario Hezonja and give our thoughts on the Knicks' current summer league roster. So sit back and relax and join us. This is episode 51 of our podcast, known as Knicksfandom. As always, I'm your host, L.A. Blackwell. Hope all our listeners are doing great. Glad to be joined by my co-host, Danny D. How you doing, Danny D?
I'm good, L.A. What's going on with you, man?
Doing good, man. Had a lot going on in free agency. A lot to go over. I'm also glad to be joined by my fellow co-host, Flo. How you doing, Flo?
LA, I'm great today, brother. How you doing today, man?
Doing all right, fellas. Doing all right. Let's jump right into it, and we're going to go right into NBA talk, guys. All right, fellas. We're going to talk about NBA talk today. Got a lot to discuss. A lot of movement just recently happened, listeners, and we're going to catch y'all all up on everything, so we'll be right on top of it. First things first, fellas, we got to talk about the big move that happened. That's LeBron James going to the Los Angeles Lakers after everything was going back and forth. Let's talk about it, fellas. Was this a good move for the Lakers, bad move for LeBron? Let's get into it. Starting with you, Danny D, what you thought about it?
You know, it's an excellent move for the Lakers. You know, they get a primetime all-star, a guy that continued the legacy for the Lakers. Magic, you know, patting himself on the back like he did a great job. LeBron was leaving anyway, but, you know, for LeBron, I don't know. Like we said last week, like Flo was saying, I don't want to speak for Flo. Flo was saying it was a bad move. For me, the only reason I say it was a bad move for LeBron is that I'm a person that you want to continue to have your own legacy. I don't want to be in another person's franchise. I don't want to be behind a Kareem or Kobe or Magic. I want my own legacy. And that could have been, so it would have been in Cleveland. I'd rather die with Cleveland or stay with Philadelphia. But for the Lakers, it's an excellent move. For LeBron, you know, hopefully they can get together and topple those guys in the West. But for me, I didn't think it was a good move just on the legacy aspect. That's why I say it wasn't a good move. For LeBron, his legacy, you know, he got to do what he got to do. The Lakers have their own dynasty, had their own thing. If I'm LeBron, I'm creating history for myself, not another organization.
Yeah, I get you. We was debating back and forth with this. You could just tell he didn't really want to go back to Cleveland no more after this situation happened. With the finals, I think he had enough of it. But looking at it now, like I said, we was wondering if he's going to go for winning or outside the situation, building his brand. I felt like that kind of won out as well as his family situation. But what you thought about it, Flo?
LA, like I said before, LeBron signed with the Lakers. Loser. Lakers ain't going nowhere. I put them in text. Ain't going nowhere. Bunch of losers. They're the Mets of the NBA. That's what they are. Trash. Garbage, as opposed to what D says. This move that LeBron made is all about business. This is not about championships for him. He's about business. He's trying to prepare himself for life after basketball. You know, with his movie company, film company, production studio, et cetera, et cetera. That's what it's all about. So it's not about basketball for him whatsoever.
I won't totally agree with that. I can see some of that, but also where else he was going to go? It was no real move other than to stay in Cleveland another year and look at it again. I mean, I'm just glad he didn't go to Golden State Warriors. That's the only thing I was happy about, to be honest with you fellas. Other than that, I really didn't care. But looking at it from out, I mean, where else he going to go? Philadelphia? San Antonio's all over the place right now. So there's really no other place he could go cap-wise that you definitely thought you're going to get a chance at other than Philly. Then maybe Houston. I didn't like them as a thing, as another another team they could have picked either, because they're going to have to lose a lot of play people to try to get him. Where else we going to go, though, Flo?
Like I said before a couple weeks ago, go back to Cleveland for one more year, or you sign with Philly. Definitely in Philly, he'd be the number 2 option. Ben Simmons could step down and be the 3rd option that he's supposed to be. Ben Simmons is not a number 2 option. Never was, never will be. He's a number 3 option. That's the problem.
No.
That's the reason why Philadelphia lost in the second round of playoffs. Ben Simmons is not a number 2 option. Period. LeBron would have been perfect as a number 1 or number 2 in Philadelphia.
I'll mark this on your calendar, fellas. Flo said Ben Simmons will never be a number 2 option. I totally disagree with that. The guy's a rookie. He's a rookie and won Rookie of the Year. How you gonna say he's not gonna be number 2 right now? I don't see that.
He won Rookie of the Year. He won Rookie of the Year because they felt sorry for him. That's the reason why. That's the reason why they gave it to him, because the NBA realized they gave it to Malcolm Brogdon. I was happy Malcolm Brogdon won it, but they were like, oh, we made a boo boo. We were supposed to give it to Embiid. But what did I tell you, LA? Rookie of the Year candidates must play more than 35 games. And Embiid only played 35 games. He doesn't deserve to be Rookie of the Year. Got to play at least 50.
I ain't see that nowhere in the rule book.
Number 1 rule.
Where's that in the rule book?
That should be in the rule book, NBA rule book.
Should be automatic. 2 different things, though.
It should be in the NBA rule book. Automatic. 50 games qualifies NBA rookie. 50 games.
I hear you, Flo. I still agree to disagree. Embiid was a rookie last year. Well-deserved Ben Simmons this year. But looking at that, how it was.
Donovan Mitchell was the Rookie of the Year. We all know that.
I don't see it happening. Voters knew what they was doing. Maybe next time you might get some all-star considerations, kid, but not this year. But we'll see what happens with LeBron James and the Lakers as they go along. I'm just shocked he kind of did it because, like you said, Danny D, with his legacy and everything in that situation, I didn't really know if he wanted to follow Kobe and everybody in that regard. When he got 4 years, I'm honestly seeing maybe 2 or 3 of him as his best. And it really depends on who else they put him around him. Because the way that team is put up right now, we're going to talk about it as we get further in the show, it don't look that great to me, especially in the West. I don't think I worry about him being in the finals this year. That streak is going to be over with. But we'll see as we go along, little by little. Next one up was Paul George. I want to talk about him right now. He recently re-signed with the Thunder for 4 years, shockingly to me, for $137 million. What you thought about Paul George signing there, Flo?
I loved it. That's where he's supposed to be. OKC. Welcome back, Paul George. That's where he's supposed to be. Play with Westbrook, number 2 option. That's the problem I have, LA. The biggest problem I have, you think all these guys want to play with LeBron. So you know what? Let me name some 2 players that don't want to play with LeBron James. Kyrie Irving and Paul George. They don't want to play with LeBron. That's the problem. Everybody thinks they want to play with LeBron. No, I want to beat LeBron James. I don't want to play with LeBron James. That's the problem. You're not winning with LeBron James in LA. No way. Got a better chance. Paul George had a better chance going to Cleveland and winning with LeBron James if you went with Cleveland. Come on. You got to be realistic.
Now, see, I know what happened, Flo. You got mixed up on them notes earlier. That's what happened. And you meant to say the stuff for LeBron for Paul George. I got you. But guess what? I'm going to flip it for you. Paul George is a sucker, man. That was a sucker move. Signing back with OKC. You somebody don't want to win. He don't want to win. OKC barely made the playoffs. This team got bumped the first round. And you going to hit your wagon Westbrook? Are you crazy? This guy shoot all day long and can't hit the side of a barn sometime. No way I'm hitching my wagon to this team. And you're not going to get nobody else that want to go there. Good luck, Paul George. You know where you should have went? Philadelphia 76ers. That's where you should have went. Because you'd have been a perfect spot right there with Ben Simmons and Embiid. Why go there? I didn't understand that move at all. That was a sucker move. That's somebody don't want no pressure on them. And you gladly going to take the backseat to Westbrook. Keep losing. Keep falling out first, second round. You ain't doing nothing. Because nobody going to play no Westbrook. Nobody going to play no LeBron. They sure don't want to play with Westbrook. What you thought about Danny D?
Yeah, I was confused also. I don't understand what was the reason of going to OKC. Like, you brought back the same, basically you're bringing back the same exact team that lost in the first round, right? So you can't say he's going for the money. You can't say it's for winning because y'all didn't make any improvements. I didn't see how. I guess they were gelling. They had horrible stretches last year. And the thing, if you're going to win, you can't really look at that roster and say this is a team that's going to win. How? You gave Steven Adams, first of all, you're over the cap. I forgot you gave Steven Adams over 4 years, $100 million, right? Westbrook is getting his big contract over 200, and then you took 136. Who's going to come to, even if people want to come to OKC, they have no money to get anybody anyway.
I didn't get it at all. What you thought about it, Flo? What else you want to add to that?
I loved it. I love that he re-signed OKC. Smart move. Smart move by him. Only mistake Paul George made, one mistake he made a couple years ago when he demanded his trade from Indiana because he was telling him he's going to L.A. One thing that hurt him getting that Supermax money from Indiana because he had a 5-year, $15 million offer on the table for Indiana when he demanded to be traded. That's the only thing that's bothering me with Paul George requesting that trade. But you know what? I love it because you know why? He doesn't go to L.A. Everybody kept saying, oh, he's going to go to L.A. He's from L.A. Oh, the hometown kid is coming home. And then you saw that bogus recruitment by the Lakers, some story. When you were young in Cali, you always dreamed of playing with the greats. Please, man, please. Be your own man. That's the most important thing. Step up, be your own man. That's what he did. He re-signed OKC. Paul George, you man up.
By teaming up with Westbrook? Come on, man. That's just weak. That's weak. Then he gonna cry to him out. They could have got me last year. They didn't try to trade for me. Who are you? What has Paul George done to anybody running to get Paul George? You get bumped in the Pacers first round. You get bumped with the Thunder. You have done nothing. You have done nothing in this NBA to make people say, I'm going to run down and chase Paul George. Get out of here, man. It's crazy. Let's go to the next one, fellas. Another big move which was shocking, and another soft move. Your man, Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins. I'm not even calling Boogie no more. Let's call him DeMarcus Cousins. DC.
He's going by his name.
That's what I'm going to call him. He don't deserve to boogie nowhere. Boogie and get your cheap ring. Go sit down, DeMarcus. That was weak. What you thought about this, Flo? I know that's your man, DeMarcus Cousins. He just recently signed with the Golden State Warriors for, how much he signed for, fella? 1 year at $5.3 million. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into this one a little bit. Let's get
what is the problem with him signing? What's this? Let me read a text you sent me. All right,
let's hear the Knicks text right here.
Monday, July 2nd, 8:49 p.m. Shaking my head. This is crap, bro. The NBA is a joke. Remember my response to you on July 1st, 7:38 a.m. I said the Lakers better sign Boogie than LeBron. I told you that. They better sign Boogie than LeBron. I told you. But no, Magic don't want to sign Boogie. Okay, so guess what? Sign Golden State. No problem. They have a great medical staff over there. And they got players that are going to keep him in check. So he's got to work on his attitude. So that's fine. Plus, he's not even playing the full season. So what's the big deal? They're hoping to get him back by February. That's the hope. He's not even playing the full season. So I don't have a problem with this deal. Boogie, go get your ring. Get better. Stay healthy. Go get your ring. And rebuild your image. Respect.
Oh, man. We must be in the negative world right now. All this stuff I'm not seeing at all. What do you think about Danny D?
The only problem is, I have a problem with it, is that, first of all, it lacks competition. But with Boogie, or I'm going to have to call him by his name, DeMarcus, is tell the truth. You sitting there, you sitting here and put on a persona that nobody wanted you. That's not the truth. Teams were willing to give money to you. Listen, Mark Stein, according to Mark Stein, after the injury, right? We looked it up. After the injury, when you first had the injury, the Pelicans offered you a 2-year deal for $40 million. You turned down the offer because you thought you was going to get more money in the free agent market, right? So now free agency came, you didn't get the money. Now you're crying boo-hoo, saying nobody was going to give you money. That's not true. Just tell the truth that you want to go get a ring, and that's what your main offer is, you want to go get a ring.
Exactly. And he wanted a team that he can play with the longest because he knows Warriors going to be in the championship again, which means they got to extend the season. So that's even longer for you to get healthy, get your ring, look good at the end when you you ain't going to be fully healthy with this type of injury, which I'm going to get into a little bit. But this was the best chance you had to look good. You're on a winning team, have 1 or 2 good games, dominating the post. But it's like, oh, look how Boogie changed this whole series, blah, blah, blah. And now you move on. It was a weak move. Your man, what's the name? AD actually wore your jersey during the All-Star game with your number on there because he's showing you he still had you with him, even though you was hurt. And you just changed and flipped because you couldn't get your max like you really wanted. with an Achilles injury. Mind you, fellas, this is not just a regular knee or leg injury. This is Achilles tendon. Let's talk about some of the players that have been never the same after this type of injury. Let's talk about them real quick, fellas. Just looking at this type of injury, but most players shorten their whole career, and they never even reached the peak that they had before. Let's talk about some of them. LaFonso Ellis. You remember that name? Never was the same after that. Averaged like 22 points, came back, averaged like 15 points per game. Then you talk about your man Wesley Matthews, injured 28. Never played the same before that injury. He was one of the upcoming players, had like 15 points after that. Your man Rudy Gay, never looked the same. You just keep going on and on and on. You had Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest players, never looked the same after that. One player came back and looked pretty much like he did, and he even wasn't the same. That was Dominique Wilkins. He had like 28 points, still came back, averaged like close to 28 after that. Other than that, everybody else was never the same. So, of course, New Orleans is not going to give you the same time of money. Give you 2 years, let you get in shape. They give you 20 years per year. That's a lot better than what Golden State giving you. And you with your dude that's there trying to be with you as the new Twin Towers, and you didn't want to do it. But then you're going to come out here and say, oh, nobody wanted me. Anybody will want you for $5 million. Stop it, DeMarcus. Stop it. Stop it. Get out of here with that. It's weak, and I expected better out of you than that. Go get your cheap ring and move on. See if anybody going to give you a max for that. I don't see it happen anyway. Anything else you want to add with DeMarcus before we move on to the next guy, fellas?
Don't forget Elton Brand.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, D. Another guy, big man. And let's face fact. I don't see DeMarcus Cousins as some workout warrior down the road. I really don't. He might do it now to try to get his money, but if you're going to bet him down the road and keep it up, I'm not quite sure. But we'll see as that go along. Another guy who recently signed, shocking to me too for a short amount of years, was Kevin Durant. Re-signed with the Warriors for 2 years at $61.5 million, and the second year is an option. So what do you guys think of that? Do that tell you a little bit where Kevin Durant is thinking maybe a year from now? What do you think about that, Danny D?
Yeah, he's keeping his options open. I don't know, maybe he thinks he's going to pull a LeBron and probably go back to another team. If they end up winning another ring next year, then he's probably like, you know what? I got 3 rings. I'm basically the man, so maybe I can go to another team and lead us to a championship. Maybe he might come back home, depending on what he wants to do, what his idea is at. He might pull a LeBron move. But I'm still mad at you because you did a sucker move to begin with, and those rings don't count to me.
2-time and finals MVP, man. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. What you think about it, Flo?
Welcome, Kevin Durant. Welcome back. Got you. You signed for 2 years. Good for you. Do your thing. God bless you. But let me bring something real quick here about Boogie. This is the problem I have. I got to bring this up once and for all. Everybody bringing Boogie with Simon Golden State. When you guys know all these players, they work out during Team USA. They've been planning this for years. They've been planning on working together. LA, you even said it in the text. These players move differently. You said it in a text to me. These guys, they've been planning this. They move the way they want to move. So guess what? Boogie wants to go to Golden State. That's fine. Don't blame Boogie. You know who you should blame? Blame your man LeBron James. He started this when he created this super team in Miami. That's who you need to be blaming.
I don't disagree with some of that, but the point being, go ahead, Flo.
That's weak.
No, I hear you, but I'm saying at the same time, come on, man. When you're going for darn near the minimum with a guy you may have 5 All-Stars on this team. That's never happened in NBA history. They show that going to a team. 5 All-Stars, different positions. That's ridiculous, man. That is just ridiculous. And I'm getting tired of people. Go ahead, Danny D.
No, I told y'all last year. What did I say? I said it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. Remember how funny when I told you last year? I said everybody's going to gang up and try to come together and be a team. LeBron did. Okay, so LeBron left. But listen, Dwayne Wade was old. Chris Bosh had to change his game, right? Kevin Durant went. That's why I keep believing. Kevin Durant went to a team that was 7-3-9, right? Went to 7-3-9, and they lost, and they were up 3-1. They were up 3-1 on the Cavs in championship, and they had the best record, and they lost. They lost 4 in a row. And listen, Draymond Green said, yo, listen, not the fact that they wanted Kevin Durant. You know why they wanted Kevin Durant? They needed Kevin Durant to beat LeBron James.
No, they did.
That's what they called it. You understand what I'm saying? Because so you getting a team together, but they could have beat LeBron. They were up 3-1. So Boogie, looking at Boogie went over there. Boogie, you have to be your own man. You won a championship, but your team needed you. If he wasn't hurt this year, they were giving Golden State work in the playoffs this year. And they won 1 game without him. Rondo and those guys played together. So you just break up a whole team just to go get a cheap ring. That's the difference. How you working for it is different. How you working for it, man?
And who are you hurting? It's like you did it despite them. Oh, you don't want to give me max? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take $15 million less. Big deal. Why are you mad at them? They give you $20 million per year for 2 years. You could have still went and been in your prime and did what you want to do after that. I don't get it. What's the big heat? What you upset about? Nobody told you to get hurt. Nobody wanted you to get hurt, but you can't blame them for that. They protect their interests. Come on now. But it's like everybody's talking about, oh, everybody doing what they want to do. This is so good. I don't care. I'm not watching this for you do what you want to do. This is not Wall Street watching what these people move. This is an entertainment at the end of the day. If people not getting entertained by your moves, guess what? You got no product at the end of the day. I don't need to see where, oh, this was good for him. This ain't good for the fans. Nobody want to see another year this thing is already over for its start. That's ridiculous, man. This thing is done. It's over. You'll have no reason to watch this year. That's not good.
But then you know what? But then sometimes, what do you mean, Flo? This is when we say entertainment, because when you look at championship, right? It's like gold. You're gonna devalue the reason of the championship because it doesn't have the same value anymore. It's tainted. You
Exactly.
understand what I'm saying? Because what you say was good for you, you're all millionaires. You're all making money.
You're getting paid regardless wherever you go. So now you're just taking the legacy of the league to say, oh, this team was so dominant because you just stacked the deck. All right, everybody could have did it. That's fine. I understand. But at the end of the day, now you just got people making moves 2 or 3 years into a contract, already saying they want to get out of here. I'm hearing Damian Lillard stuff. You got to be kidding me. Just sign everybody for 1 year then. If you're going to be doing this, what's the purpose of having a contract? It's ridiculous. How can you root for anything if they play this left and right? If you're not a real fan of NBA and you just want to follow a player, then fine. I hear a lot of people saying, I go where LeBron go. I go follow LeBron. I ain't following nobody. I'd rather root for laundry. Let me root for just my team, man. I'm not rooting for one player jumping all over the place like hopscotch. What fun is in that? I don't get that. And then when he lose, well, they lost. Well, LeBron's his best, but you know that team got crapped on again. What is joy in that, man? You want to see a guy build your team, couple years, you add a few pieces, and you move on. That's how it is. Not everybody stacking on one team. I don't get no joy in that. I got a ring. Boogie get a ring now. What does that mean? What does that mean he get a ring, honestly? You already got a team that won back-to-back in 3 out of 4 years. Big freaking deal. As Eric Coleman said, whoopie damn do. What did that mean? It meant nothing. That don't mean you're a championship caliber player after that. It's weak. It's weak. That's just how it is, man. As we move on, fellas, unless you want to add anything else to that. Another guy who recently signed, Chris Paul. No shock there. That was a wink deal. We all knew that. 4 years, $160 million. Good luck, Rockets. You get 2 years out of that. Other than that, I ain't got much else to add to that. That's back pay for what he did all them time and coming there. Because he was going to get the money from Clippers. And he's like, I wanted to come there. And they said, fine, we'll give you a wink deal and see what happened down the road. And that's also the other players know, hey, we'll do that wink deal with y'all. Just come to the Rockets. Don't think that's not another reason why they did it. They're saying we take care of our own. Believe me, Miami did that same thing with Dwayne Wade a couple years ago. What else you want to add to that, Flo?
No, I got no problem with Chris Paul resigning. I think I'm not surprised at a 4-year deal. I know he wanted a 5, but they agreed halfway on 4. The money is a lot, but you know, once again, the Rockets are betting on Chris Paul hopefully being healthy for those 4 years. But he got his money. Not sure he's gonna get his ring, but he got his money. So this is what it is.
Okay, how about you, Danny D? What you want to add to that?
He should have took less. I know he went the max money, but he had to take less to see if he could get some signs from people back because he's losing key players. Like him losing Trevor Ariza, who didn't get his 20 to 50 million. He got his 15 million. But it's a good deal. I mean, when he's getting older, max money, but hopefully they got enough to sign some people back. Chris Paul didn't care. He said he wanted his money.
Yes, sir. Nothing else I want to add to that. DeAndre Jordan also left. Finally, he got to Mavericks, which was a big thing a couple years ago for 1 year, $24 million. I know how y'all feel about DeAndre. What you think about this, Danny D?
He finally got the hell out of Dodge. But I'm just mad that he waited so long. And the reason he basically left now because there's nobody there. Chris Paul left, Blake Griffin left, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'd have been I'd have been real happy with DeAndre if he'd made that decision years ago when he had the chance to leave the Mavs and left. Look at that. Chris Paul's like, nah, man, come back. And then leaves 2 years after. Good job, DeAndre. You should have been left 2 years ago.
Yep. Totally agree. You got to be your own man. And he had to look out for best for him, and he should have left right then and there. Now you're going to a Mavericks team that's on the rebuild. I wouldn't have, a little too late.
And you got less money.
Yep.
You got less money.
Exactly. Not as bad as Nerlens Noel move, but bad enough. What you think about it, Flo?
The move was confusing, but LA, let me quote you, son. You said you want to be your own man. That's my main point in regards to Paul George. You be your own man. Who's LeBron James to you? You're not related to him. You be your own man.
Okay, then be in Philly, though. I don't know why you want to go to OKC. I don't want to be the dead horse, but what's in OKC? Who else is coming there? At least in Philly, you got 2 stars next to you already. Was
he accepting phone calls from Philadelphia? Did they contact him? No.
They gave him a chance. He came right out of free agency and said, I'm done 6 hours later. He didn't even get a chance to talk to the Lakers. That shows you how foolish it was. Even if you wanted to go there, what's the harm in hearing? What's about taking a few phone calls? You didn't give no one a chance. As soon as it opened up, you was partying in OKC with Russell Westbrook and them. It's like, why? What was the big thing? Woohoo, I'm back. For what? I didn't get the rush. Wait, I can take a phone call. That's it. You could have waited another week. Nobody would have waited. What's the big difference? I didn't get it. I hear you coming from. I just don't get it. That was not the best spot to me. If you believe in your abilities, that was not the best spot. But like I said, maybe he liked it there. Maybe he liked the atmosphere. He liked Russell Westbrook. He found his kinship brother. Good luck to you, Paul George. Enjoy your millions.
Hey, LA, you know if Sam Presti had lost Paul George, I would have ripped him to shreds here on the show today. You know that. You know that.
I'm still ripping Sam Presti. This guy, you know what? You know what Sam Presti promised? He's like somebody that got burnt before in a bad relationship. And it's like, man, I'm going to do whatever I take to keep this woman. You know, whoever comes down the road, I'm going to make sure this don't happen again. And you did with the wrong woman. You did with Pretty Woman, the wrong woman. You should have did this with Westbrook, Durant, and you had Harden. That's who you should have did this with. You can't double down now and be like, see, I learned my lesson with Paul George, broken up man who don't do nothing come playoff time. Get out of here, man. It's whack.
Did you see it? But did you see LA? Did you hear reports according to ESPN? They was like to recruit Paul George. You know, like the summer workouts, like he goes to Chicago and stuff like that. Uh-huh. They said Sam Presti and the whole equipment management, every team, they were going to all his workouts and all his open runs at his team to show him that they were supporting him. I said, man, y'all got too much time on y'all hands.
It's like you said, Flo. They had no choice because you gave up everything in the Pacers deal. So it's like Oladipo became all-star. You had serious egg on your face for now into the next couple of years. So I get it, but you double down on the wrong person. Do that with a guy who actually became MVP. You let 2 MVP go. That's the problem. You could have 3 MVPs on your team right now. But you're going to double down on Paul George. But you didn't have no money back then to give up 2 more years to Harden. Get out of here. But now you're over the luxury tax, begging somebody to take Carmelo off your hand. Get out of here. Foolish, man.
After they made the finals, so you broke that team up. That's a no-no.
Thank you. You said it yourself, dear. I swear, man. Another move we're going to talk about, fellas. What's it actually like? Was Aaron Gordon going to the Magic for 4 years, $84 million? Great move by the Magic. Great move. What you thought about it, Flo?
Yeah, I agree. Great move, but they still need to add some more pieces with him. But it's a great move overall.
How about you, Danny? What you thought about this move?
Yeah, as a rising star, good thing nobody took him up because, you know what I'm saying, he'd have been hot commodity out in the market. A lot of teams could have used him, and a lot of players are not going to Orlando, so it's a good cornerstone to keep that boy there.
And got him for a good price. $84 million, even if it don't work out, that's an easily movable contract in today's NBA. Great move by them. Now followed up with a move that wasn't so great to me. And Nikola Jokic getting signed by the Nuggets for 5 years and $148 million. What you thought about this, Flo?
Oh, man. I mean, the good thing about this, the Nuggets were able to re-sign their own player. That's the only good thing about it. Other than that, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a guy where you still haven't made the playoffs with. That's a lot of money. It really is.
Yeah, I concur. What you think about Danny D?
You got to think about it. Remember, it's Denver. Nobody wants to go to Denver, so you got to get somebody he's 23. So you're like, yo, we got to give him some money. A little too much on my end, but, you know, they got to give some money to somebody because they have nobody else. They're calling Mr. Triple-Double, so they got to keep him.
I hear it, but I always say the same thing. I always go back. Don't settle, people. You could have got him He's a young guy. I know he's one of the triple-double leaders for a center. He's a young guy. I like him. I thought he was going to play better this year than he actually did. He kind of took a little step back. But it's a nice piece to build with. But that many years, you couldn't sign for 3 years? I'd have signed for 3 with an option for a 4. 5 years, I'm not hooking my wagon to him. He hasn't done enough yet for that many years and that much money. Because once you start signing people this type of money, you're stuck. Now you got 2 spots left. That's it. And you got to try to make that work. And then you're going to follow that right up with Willie Barton, 4 years and $54 million because he's a good guy in the locker room and a 6-man type guy. He's Mr. Chemistry, Mr. Energy. That's worth $54 million. You just spent $200 million for a guy that's not even a franchise player and that they're not even top 15. I'm not spending that type of money. You guys not top 15 money. I'm sorry. What do you think about Danny D?
Yeah, I agree with Will Barton, things like that. But like you said, I agree with what you're saying. But the thing is, it's like what me and Flo told you before. It's like you have to sign somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Because now look at it. Okay, we didn't sign Will Barton. We didn't sign Nurkic, right? And they go somewhere else. Then you have nobody. You're going to end up being the bottom of the barrel. At least you're making – see, the thing is they weren't in contention of making the playoffs. They're like the 9th seed, 8th seed. They're like the 9th. They were hovering and trying to make the playoffs. But if they end up 1, 2, or 3 wrong moves, they might end up not even making the playoffs. They end up being in Sacramento. They'd be in a team that's never going to be there, It's like I'd rather be in the dance than not be in that at all. I want to be in a race. If I come in 3rd or 4th, that's okay, as opposed to be dead last.
I hear you got to make money. It's a business. I get it. But it's a lot of money for Will Barton. I mean, shorten these contracts up. Make it 2 or 3. 5 years, 4 years. That's a lot of money. You talk about it, Flo.
I agree, it's a lot of money, but Will Barton forced their hand. They had offered him a contract extension early in the season. He turned it down. So this was the amount that kind of like said, you know what, I'm ready to sign. So they had no choice. They really had no choice.
I hear you. Another guy signed with Trevor Ariza, formerly of the Houston Rockets, who signed with the Suns for 1 year, $15 million. I guess it's a good move. Looking at it for them, he's going to help that team, especially at a veteran leadership presence for them because they got a lot of young guys on that team. It seemed like Houston really didn't want to pay him that money because he's getting a little older. So I understood, but he's going to take a little hit in the beginning because he was helping y'all with the switching. But he kind of really played bad during the playoff in the finals. I mean, the Western Conference Finals. And he really shot himself in the foot with that. Couldn't hit the side of a barnyard. So what you want to talk about that, Danny D?
Trevor Ariza, that one game blew him like $15 to $20 million. That one game cost him his money, and I've never seen that happen before. Because Trevor Ariza can ball. I like Trevor Ariza. Now, you know what I'm saying? He's 6'8", he can move, he can switch and things like that. It's just that horrible game he had in that finals. And they were like, listen, we don't need you. And that sucks. It's a great pickup for Phoenix. $15 million, I think that's a steal.
Yeah, I think pretty good. What you thought about it, Flo?
This is a move that was confusing to me because how many forwards do Phoenix have? Don't they have Mikal Bridges, Josh Jackson? Now you got Trevor Ariza. Plus, remember, you still got Jared Dudley. So, like, how many small forwards do you need on your roster? It's crazy. It's really crazy. But the bright side with this is if Phoenix feels like they're not going to be in the playoff race by January, maybe they can flip them to a contender for a first-round draft pick. It's possible. So,
yeah, you never know. That's the type. Plus, it's a 1 year deal, so some team might be willing to take him just for cap space for the next year. So, something I could see down the road. Not a horrible move to me at all. But another move I was kind of shocked with as well, fellas, was Derek Favors. He re-signed with the Jazz for 2 years at $36 million. Nice bit of money for him, but I really think he should have took a chance on himself and went somewhere else. Because I don't think he's going to get his real position there with Rudy Gobert. He's not a power forward. I mean, I don't see him playing that position to me. I think he's really a center. And I think Rudy Gobert is holding him up in that position and is hurting his game. So me, I'd have took my chance and take my talent somewhere else. But, the money kept him there. He probably liked Utah. And we'll see what happens as that goes along. What you thought about this move, Flo?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I was a little bit surprised that he actually re-signed with Utah. I'll be honest with you. I was really surprised. I really thought he was going to walk and maybe play with the Hawks, his hometown team. He's from Atlanta, but I guess really he loves playing with Donovan Mitchell. I really believe that.
Oh, the run-up to the Rookie of the Year award? I like that, too. Nothing wrong with that guy. What you think about Danny D?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's what he said. He opened up on why he did it. He said he said Utah won him over. He said he enjoys staying there, and he said he loves it there, so that's why he enjoys staying there. So he said, other than that, that's the reason why.
Okay.
He said he likes the land and stuff like that, but he said Utah. Well, remember, because before he went to Utah, his whole he wasn't going to play. Remember, he got traded over there. They threw him on to Utah on a bad trade. They say he was a horrible player, and he reshaped his career over there.
Yeah, I remember from the Nets and everything.
Yeah, so loyalty.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens as it goes on. I still think it's going to stun his growth some. Another guy, a guy you like there, Danny D, Fred VanVleet, re-signed with the Raptors for 2 years at $18 million, and did good for himself to me. He actually bet on himself and actually got himself more money. So what you thought about that move there, Danny D?
Hey, man, that's my man, Frank. That's a starter, man. He's a bona fide starter, Frank VanVleet, over Kyle Lowry. He go ahead and get that money, young man. He can ball. It should have been the sixth man of the year. You know what I'm saying? That was another person in the run and things like that. He balls out.
A nice deal for him, too. So
And Toronto needs him, because if they lost him, they'd have been in trouble.
exactly. Not that they're in trouble anyway, but you know. How about you, Flo? What you thought about them re-signing Fred VanVleet?
Here's the issue here. This is the play I thought Phoenix was going to go hard after, not Trevor Ariza. Phoenix needed a point guard. Yes, I know they drafted one, but they were better off signing an experienced point guard. Fred VanVleet would have been the answer. Now you're relying on Brandon Knight, who's always injured, and the rookie that they drafted from France, Eli Opuko, who I think he's going to be a good ball player. But Toronto, I think they got nervous. They decided to make sure to give VanVleet 2 years. I think they got a little bit nervous. But good ball player. I'm happy he's back with Toronto. I don't know if that's going to translate to playoff victories, with LeBron leaving the East Coast. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay. I want to hit a few plays in a row since you just mentioned LeBron again, or with the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's talk about that real quick, fellas. Rajon Rondo signed with them, leaving Pelicans. He signed with them for 1 year, $9 million. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope signed with them for 1 year for $12 million. Good shout out to Clutch. Who else you got out there? Lance Stevenson signed for 1 year, $4.4 million, and JaVale McGee signed with the Lakers for the minimum. What you guys thought about those moves by the Lakers? You could take them as you want. I'm just gonna start off right off the top with Rondo. That kind of surprised me. I thought he should have stayed with New Orleans. I thought they had something nice there with him and Anthony Davis. And I really don't know why well he's going to play with LeBron. I know he's a small player. Everybody keeps saying on the news, which he is. I like Rondo, especially playoff Rondo. But he can't shoot. And the one thing we know about LeBron, he likes shooters. And he's also like players that, can make their own shot. I'm not saying Rondo can't make his own shot, but he can't make to the basket no more. So I'm like, I don't really see how well that works. Also with Lance Stevenson, who couldn't shoot the three well last year either. I like him for defense-wise and things of that nature. It's going to give y'all a much more fighting spirit than y'all had with the Cleveland Cavaliers last year. But unless these guys getting traded or you adding some other players to this, it's a little bit of a mismatch to me. And Caldwell-Pope, that's way too much money to him. That ain't nothing but LeBron doing some inside cooking with his own Clutch agency on the background. We know what happened with that. Come on. Y'all got to do something with that NBA. I know he's your bread and butter and you ain't going to say nothing, but come on. That's got to be some, what you call that, Danny D? That's got to be some, when they call that business-wise. And you doing some
collusion?
Not even just collusion, but it'll come to me down the road. But it's another term people use when you do stuff like this. Conflict of interest. That's got to be some conflict of interest, fellas. What do you thought about those moves, starting with you, Flo?
KCP, I don't have a problem with him re-signing with the Lakers. I actually prefer him to being in a Knicks uniform as opposed to Tim Hardaway Jr. I said this, last season, but you know what? Great defender, 3-and-D type of guy, can shoot the three ball. The guy he's just got to take care of some personal issues, but again, good ball player. He fit well with LeBron. Rajon Rondo, a little bit confusing because they already have a point guard that wears the number 2 by the name of Lonzo Ball. So I'm a little bit perplexed with that signing with Rondo. JaVale McGee, once again, this is the big star LA was talking about that was going to play with LeBron James. JaVale McGee. That's the big star LA's been talking about. So,
I just said it's not going to be the end of it. It's not about this year when it comes to LeBron. He's worrying about next year. LeBron know he got 1 year of a little soft thing. They just going to be happy he there. Them Lakers fans ain't had nothing to cheer for in a long time. So they're going to be happy that they think we back. Next year, they're going to try to get my man, what's the name, Kawhi Leonard. And please, Lakers, just hold on to your chips. Don't not even bother trading for Kawhi this year. It makes no sense. He'll be out of there after next year. Let him be signing as a free agent. I'm not wasting anything on getting Kawhi because he's like he don't want to be bothered. He's hiding in New York, and that thing is just getting ugly by the day. So I'm not giving no pieces for him. And as for that, what else you think about that, Danny D?
Yeah, trade. Like I said, they have no shooters on that team with the Lakers and things like that. Rondo coming over there, they have a point guard. I guess they need somebody with experience where Lonzo can learn from that and things like that. Lance Stevenson, okay, you have another forward to come off the bench, but he's calling the game together. He's trying to get a solid crew, but he needs some more athletic people who can win on a wing that can defend. He needs some shooters out there that can also, because like you guys saying, he have players that can create their shots, but then they can't shoot. So what's the point?
I don't get it. And that's the thing. Also, LeBron needs that second Robin. LeBron always plays he got somebody else to make shots, but it's Kyrie, whether Dwayne Wade or Bosh.
You know, need somebody.
He ain't got nobody like that yet. He's hoping Kawhi's going to be that guy. Although it sounds like Kawhi's not really in love with being there from other reports. It sounds like he want to be his own man with the Clippers or somebody. I don't know. It's a weird thing with that. We'll see as that go along. Another situation, and that kind of hurt their potential re-signing of Julius Randle, which I thought that was a bad move to me, not re-sign him. He signed with the Pelicans, nice pickup by them for 2 years, $18 million, because AD got on the phone and said, yo, I need some help. Come on down here, Julius, help me out. And that's a good move for him. Now he get to move to the starting rotation with him and Miroset. They'll be fighting back and forth for that position. Also give him some down low because he really know how to use his body, Rick Mahorn style. So I thought it was a good move, but he's a very young player, and I thought the Lakers could have really used him. But as it comes with LeBron, the great LeBron that he is, he always needs his certain players to play a certain way. I've never seen a player who supposed to be such a stud, and he always needs players that can fit his mold. Oh, he got to have this guy that can shoot. Got to have this guy step out who don't aim in the post. I'm like, sheesh, this guy's a young player, 23 years old and stuff, and you're just going to give him away for that type of money? And he got upset he wasn't going to be a start. I'd be upset too. I want to start. So, but, that's a LeBron call. And, he want to win now. And when you want to win now, you start getting rid of your young talent. What do you thought about that, Flo?
Good move by Randall, going to the Pelicans. He gets to play with his fellow Kentucky alum, Anthony Davis, the unibrow. Good move. He'll get more playing time. He'll get more touches. I guarantee you, Alvin Gentry, head coach of the Pelicans, will open up the offense a little bit. Especially, he's going to definitely score more, especially with AD's on the bench for rest. They're going to look to feed him the ball inside. And he's continuing to work on his jump shot. He'll continue to get better. His defense is there. He can switch, and guard, bigger guys. And he also guards smaller guys because he's got the wingspan. He's got some athleticism in him. So it's a good move by the Pelicans.
Okay. Another good move I thought by the Pelicans was the signing of Elfrid Payton for 1 year, $2.7 million. Not a lot of money, but like they said, they need a point guard over there now that Rondo's gone. That was a nice little pickup for them for cheap. What y'all thought about that move real quick? It's on you, Danny D.
Yeah, real quick up. They got a guard. Elfrid was showing some stride out there a little bit in the last year, getting a little bit better. So it's a cheap deal, low risk, high reward. So if he just pans out and play in the system, I think the system fits him well. All you got to do is work on that jump shot. Please work on that jump shot.
Yeah, he does. What about you, Flo?
Yeah, that's the only move that's going to hurt the Pelicans, that they lost Rondo. They signed him with Payton. Payton is a younger ball player, but the thing again, he's not his offense has been shaky. Like D mentioned, no jump shot. His defense is average at best. He needs some work. But again, it's a young ball player, but I don't know if he's ready to rise up to the challenge and play with Jrue Holiday or come off the bench and give Jrue Holiday a breather. I hope he's ready for that challenge. But a cheap deal by the Pelicans. It's a real cheap deal.
Yeah, definitely was. But we'll see as they go along. Another move I want to talk about with the Pacers real quick, fellas. Well, Doug McDermott, he signed a 3-year deal for $22 million, and Tyreke Evans signed a 1-year deal for $12 million. I like the Tyreke Evans move. Doug McDermott, I thought that was a little too much money for him, but I know you need some shooters to go along with him. I wouldn't have gave him that much, but what y'all thought about it? What you know about Danny D, those two moves?
Oh yeah, Dirk. I'm not giving. There's no way I'm giving him that money. There's no way. I'm giving him maybe 5 or 6 months less because he didn't show me anything like that. And then also with Tyreek, it's the perfect move. As long as he stays healthy and things like that, he can play. And then also, I don't want to bring it up. We're gonna probably on the show. They got Kyle O'Quinn.
Oh yeah, former Knick Tyler O'Quinn. Basically got the same money though. Had he re-signed with the Knicks, he'd have got the same exact money. But he get more of a winning team. He'll get more playing time, maybe the starting unit. So I understood that from his side, but he definitely thought he was gonna get more, and that didn't work out for him. What you thought about those moves, Flo?
Yeah, the McDermott move is weird. I think he was better off playing with LeBron in L.A. LeBron needs shooters. I don't know why he went with the Pacers. Plus, the Pacers already have another shooter there, Bogdanovich, who can shoot the ball. So it's a little bit weird for him to be going to the Pacers. I think that's a weird fit for him. Tyreek Evans, it's pretty much subtraction by addition. It seemed like D sent me a text. It almost seemed like the Pacers really didn't want Lance Stevenson back. Lance Stevenson is really Larry Bird's guy. So it seems like Kevin Pritchard didn't want Lance Stevenson at all back. So you get Tyreek Evans, a guy that can create his own shot, can get busy, could drop 20 points every given night, former Rookie of the Year. The only problem with Tyreek Evans is he's got to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's a big thing. But he had a nice year last year, put up some real good numbers. And with them losing Lance Stevenson, that helps him as well, offensive-wise. Another guy, real quick, guys, was Joe Harris re-signed for 2 years and $16 million with the Nets. We talked about him a little bit on the last episode. What you thought about that? Shout out to Mr. Nets. What you thought about that, Danny D?
Yeah, they needed a shooter. He's constant and consistent. They're trying to get better. He's a young guy, and he plays, doesn't get hurt. He got a consistent shot. Signed him up. We thought he was going to get more money in the market, go somewhere else, but he stayed. So, can't take away that money. You got to keep that money.
Very true. How about you, Flo? What you thought about that move?
Here's another guy, a shooter that used to play with LeBron James in Cleveland. LeBron gave up on him. He, after speaking with Kenny Atkinson, coach of the Brooklyn Nets, his vision of Joe Harris is to be a Kyle Korver with better defense. And you know what? They developed him, and they invested in him. And you know what? Good deal by the Brooklyn Nets. 2 years, it's not going to hurt your salary cap. 2 years, $16 million. Go get your money. Congrats to the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to Mr. Nets once again. And Joe Harris, smart move by Sean Marks and Kenny Atkinson in the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, they got him on the cheap a little bit. I thought he was going to get a little more money than that. I would have went after him if I was Philly because they re-signed J.J. Redick. I'd rather have him. He's a younger version of that than me. But, hey, what did I know? And another dude we talked a little bit earlier was Nerlens Noel signed for 2 years after leaving Dallas for $3.5 million. I know we got to touch upon that a little bit. We get on Nerlens Noel only because we care. What you thought about that move, Danny D?
My man Nerlens Noel, the big gambler, the guy who bets on himself. And the thing is, I don't even blame Nerlens Noel. You know what I'm saying? I also blame the agent. Because he's a young guy. All kidding aside, Nerlens Noel had a promising career after he left Philly and he went out to Dallas. He didn't know the coach wasn't going to get along like that. And when he got that money, I don't know who told him the market was going to get big enough. But 4 years, $70 million. I don't know at that time if Rich Paul was still his agent, whoever's agent needs to get fired because she should have took that money. That's all. That's how I'm mad. I'm upset because we care so much. That's why we laugh and things like that. We laugh out of tears and anger. That's why we laugh.
No, I hear you. That's definitely it because you bet on yourself and you bet wrong and big time wrong. Got to do better than that. Hopefully it works out for him. He gets some playing time behind Adams and things of that nature. So we'll see what happens as it goes along. But at least he's out of Dallas. That's the main thing. That was a horrible thing for him that year. The coach definitely wasn't playing him, Rick Carlisle. So he had to get out of there. What you thought about that, Flo, real quick?
You know what? Low-risk signing by the Oklahoma City Thunder. It'll be a good backup to Steven Adams. He'll get his playing time. And, he gets out of that environment in Dallas. He needs to get out of that environment. He needs to change the scenery. That's the only way he was going to grow and get better. So fortunate. Here's the guy that was traded for everybody. I don't know if anyone remembers, but this is the guy that was traded for Drew Holiday in Philadelphia. And Drew Holiday was in when he was in Philly. There was pretty much a swap when him going to New Orleans, and the draft pick ended up becoming Nerlens Noel that Philly drafted. It's unfortunate, man. Really unfortunate. This guy, talented ball player, shot blocker, good rebounder. He's got to work on his offensive game, but it's really unfortunate that this guy's making minimum money in the NBA. Unfortunate, but hey, it's a chance for him to do over. So good luck to him.
Yes, sir. A couple others I'm going to go through real quick, guys. Dwight Howard was finally released from the Nets. They bought him out, and he signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Wizards. I didn't like that move. I mean, I get it on the court-wise because he put up numbers. He give you double-double every year. That's cool, especially since you just got rid of Gortat. But that locker room is going to be a mess. You got him. You got John Wall issues. You got issue with Bradley Beal and all that. I would have rather went with, if you want to go that route, you could have went with Cousins then. At least you could have Wall and those Kentucky guys again. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. That team is all over the place. What you thought about that, Danny D?
I don't know, because the thing, you know what? How many chances you going to try to get Dwight? Dwight says I'm a new person, and then it's like he's like the plague. I see nobody wants to keep him. Nobody wants to keep him. And the thing is, when are you going to settle yourself to be this guy? You know, this guy, Dwight, came out of high school. His game hasn't changed. All he has to do is get rebounds and put the ball back, and that's it. And play defense. Get rebounds and put the ball back in the hoop and dunk. That's it. And it's just not working for him. From the Lakers to Houston to him. And when is it going to stop? He's getting older, man.
Yeah, after a while, you got to look in the mirror. It's like the Haley Berry stuff. They keep saying, oh, it's this guy's that guy. Maybe it's you. You got to look in the mirror after a while, man. How about you, Flo? What you thought about it?
LA, let me save my statement about Dwight very shortly. So I'm going to hold on.
Okay. All right. I understand. Another guy, I didn't understand this move with Dante Exum. Gave him a 3-year, $33 million deal to re-sign with the Jazz. I mean, this guy had just some talent. He's tall point guard, but he's always hurt consistently. And to give him $33 million, I didn't get just because of a few minutes in the playoffs. He played okay. Way too much money. I'd have gave him 1 year, maybe a one-team option, if that. Way too much money you're giving these guys. What you thought about Flo?
Well, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to use a word D always uses, bye. Bye, Rubio. Bye, Rubio. Nice knowing you, brother. Nice knowing you.
But what do you thought about the deal for Exum? Would you have done it?
Well, again, a team like Utah, they were kind of put in a situation where they got to overpay for to keep their free agents. They really don't have a choice. I think the money, $33 million, seems a little bit too much for a guy who's always hurt, but they have money to spend, and you know what? They rather invest in their own players. Again, this is a guy that's part of Quinn Snyder's rotation. They like him a lot over there in Utah. The guy can ball. When he first came into the league, there was the hype of him being the next Kobe Bryant, but I think he knows what his role is. He's a point guard in this league. He's a good defender. He's got to learn how to stay healthy, and he's got to continue to improve on offense. So that's, they're investing in him. So,
yes, sir. Well, we'll see what happens. I just hope he stay healthy. Real quick, other two things I just want to talk about. Clint Capella, re-sign that guy. Stop playing around Rockets. He played great during the playoffs. He's a young guy. Stop messing around with his money. Get your money, Clint. And don't worry, people. Rodney Hood is still restricted free agent, so he can still make that move, Rodney Hood. Anybody else you want to talk about? NBA talk about with free agency we didn't speak about, fellas? Danny D?
No, I'm not right free agency.
Okay. How about you, Flo? Anything else you want to add with NBA talk regarding free agency that we didn't cover? Or you want to elaborate a little more?
Yeah, let's talk about two things real quick. Let's talk about your man, Zach LaVine.
Say the best for last. Zach LaVine got people fighting for him, man. He got $78 million, and he just got re-signed. Yeah. They took him back the Bulls took him back because Sacramento wanted that deal. They said, hold up, wait a minute, and they signed for 4 years, $78 million, I believe. I like Zach LaVine, y'all know that, but Zach LaVine wouldn't got no 4 years out of me. Once again, this guy's not healthy. It's the same thing with Boogie. I'm not paying you for 20 games when you came back and did something and you could barely shoot. 2 years.
Ain't the same guy. Didn't LA say Zach LaVine, that's his guy, this is what he want to look at. He don't even shoot.
It's business. It's never personal, as Nino Brown said. It's business, never personal.
Man. LA, you always backtracking, boy.
It's business. It's never personal. The guy got skilled. The guy is young. He can jump through the roof, but he got injury issues. And he barely played last year. And when he did play, he showed it with the hops again. Which y'all said he wasn't going to get it back, I believe. But he showed it. But he got shown on a consistent basis before I started just rolling out the money for you. But I know you had to match it once Sacramento was there. Once Sacramento gave you 4 years, like you just said, Flo, bye. I'll let you have him there. I'm not giving you 4 years for that type of money. No, not doing that. Let's start with you, Flo. What you thought about it?
The only reason why I love this signing is because it keeps Chicago out of the free agency market for next year. That's why I love this signing. So go get your money, Zach LaVine. That's it. That's just going to allow the Knicks to go out there and get some free agents. Go get your money, Zach.
I hear you. That's the Tim Hardaway deal right there. What you thought about it? What else you want to add to that, Danny D?
Yeah, it forces the Bulls' hand. They got no choice now. They're like, damn it, we just can't let him go because he might be good, but we don't know. So let's match it anyway.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but you don't do it out of desperation, man. Not for that reason. But I hear you coming from. Talk. And one other thing I want to talk about, Phil, regarding NBA talk, is which two teams do you think have done the best so far free agency-wise? Starting with you, Flo.
LA, honestly, I would have to say Oklahoma City Thunder re-signing Paul George and Golden State Warriors for re-signing Kevin Durant. So those are the two winners to me.
Okay. I give you one of those. What about you, Danny D? Which two teams stood out to you with free agency why that did the best so far?
Oh, been the best. I'm going with Indiana. Indiana Pacers did great. Even with the sign with the remember they still have cap space. So I like Indiana what Indiana did.
Yeah. And who's the second one?
I like it. And the second one, I might just go with Philly. I might just go with Philly with the Wilson Chandler and everything like that. I might go with that because they're still not done and they still have cap space.
Yeah, I remember that. We didn't talk about that trade that happened with Wilson Chandler leaving Denver to go to Philly. Good move for them since they couldn't get Paul George or LeBron to come over there to help him out. Nice move. He's not as good as those guys, but he's a 3-and-D guy. So nice pickup as well. But the thing is with that, I still didn't like they got rid of Bridges. I thought he still would have been a better fit for them. I didn't like that. So that's the only reason why they took a hit to me. I like the Suns. I thought they did a lot of good moves as well. I like everything they've been doing pretty much free agency-wise, too. I mean, with the draft, I like, getting Ayton. Then you got Bridges, making the trade for him. Now you added Trevor Ariza. They doing some things over there. You got to watch out for the Suns. Also, but I got to still give it number one. Like you stated, was KD. I got to get that to him as well because that kept that together. If he was gone, Golden State as dominant as they are, they need KD. He's that last piece to put him over the top. But I still got to give the Los Angeles Lakers. Still got to give him LeBron. You got the best player in the game to come there. I know you don't like it, Flo, but it's going to make money. You're going to get a ton of money from being there. A ton of restaurants going to be opening up again. So you brought some life in that franchise. So, like I said, Magic's trying to get piece by piece. Nothing else you could get right now. They need to win some championships. They need to at least be talked about. And any team that got LeBron James on it is still going to be talked about in that capacity. They may not do it. I know you said they're faking the funk, but we're going to see. Go ahead, Flo.
Yeah, I want to respond to that. Let me repeat one last text you sent me. July 1st, 10:37 a.m. I wouldn't touch Boogie. LA has always gotten superstars throughout NBA history. Kareem left the Bucks. Wilt came over. Shaq came over. The Lakers have Hollywood, history, and great weather. These superstars love this stuff. And you know what? Let me respond to that real closely because that's disturbing when you sent me that text. And you know what? Let me name some superstars. That didn't even want LA. Let me name superstars. You ever heard of a guy by the name of Carmelo Anthony? You ever heard of that guy? You also heard of that guy by the name of Dwight Howard who turned down $30 million to leave LA to go to Houston. Nobody wants to play in LA. That's the problem, LA.
They was kicking him out.
You guys want to come?
They kicked him out of there. He couldn't hack it. Kobe couldn't stand him. He's like, I gotta get out of here, man. Please help me. Help me, please. That's what he said. LA. He wasn't no part of it.
LA. You know who don't want no part of Kobe? Smush Parker, Kwame Brown. Those are guys that didn't want no part of it. Come on, man.
Them guys ain't going to be known as nothing, man. Them guys, LA always get somebody. Ain't got the best player in the game. That proved my point in itself. You got the best player to come over there. And he's going to get somebody else. Believe me, he's not the last piece to come there. LeBron's going to make some moves. They're going to get at least one more.
Yeah. You You know what he's gonna get? You know what he's gonna get? He's gonna get Kevin Love. Kevin Love is coming to LA. That's what he's gonna get.
If that's all you're bringing, you might as well forget it. You might as well forget it. He no part of Kevin Love.
That's the problem, LA. You keep thinking all these superstars is coming to LA. Not coming. They got a better chance staying with their old team or coming to New York or to Brooklyn. These guys ain't coming to Los Angeles like that. Kawhi probably better off going to the Clippers. He probably go to the Clippers before he go to LA.
He might.
Guarantee you. And guess what? I'm gonna keep putting this out there in the universe. I guarantee you, at the end of the day, Kawhi's gonna surprise everybody. He's going to Brooklyn. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
All right, you heard that here first on Knicksfandom, folks. Flo says he's going to Brooklyn. I'll be shocked if he go there. I really would. Okay, but we'll see what happens as we go along. What's some teams that stood out that really dropped the ball and didn't do well to y'all regarding free agency? Starting with you, Flo, this time.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Number one, the Spurs. I don't know what they're doing over there. When you let Tony Parker walk, you got to rebuild. Why did you go after Marco Bellinelli? You had him before. There was no need to go after him. And then you resign Rudy Gay. You're not winning in San Antonio. Rebuild. What are you doing over there? Pop, you slipping. You're really slipping. You're not winning. You're not winning. You can't even sit down and have a nice conversation with Kawhi. It's my understanding, according to Jalen Rose, he reported on ESPN, Get Up, that Kawhi was working out in New York at an undisclosed location, and then his people got him off the court because they said the Spurs were here, and they was like, yo, you got to leave. Let's go. Come on. They don't want no part of the Spurs. So guess what? You need to do the right thing. LA, you said something a couple weeks ago, and I agree with you on this, and that's probably the only reason I agree with you on this is Pop needs to wake up and say, listen, Kawhi, you're the man. Here's 5 years, 215. Take it or leave it. Simple as that. And that's the problem with the Spurs. They're not doing that. They're just trying to play mind games with Kawhi. Kawhi figured them out already. He wants to leave. So guess what? He's going to probably leave real soon if they don't sit down and offer him the money at the end of the day. Like you said, LA, they got to offer him the money. The second team that are losers, simple. The Wizards. Anybody that signs Dwight Howard is a loser, period.
Yeah, they got to make up their mind. Either you in with Kawhi or you out. If you don't feel like you can save it, then just let it go and get rid of it. Because now you're starting to lose little by little. I'm not saying rush and go to Lakers. I'm not taking any crap deal. But you got to make up your mind. Either he's your guy or he's not. You're in and you're out. That's the only thing. What you thought about Danny D? Who's your two teams that you felt didn't do as well as they should have? Thank you there, Flo.
The two teams, number one is going to have to be Cleveland Cavaliers. It's a disrespectful strategy. You lost LeBron James. I don't know if there's any coming back from that. And coming back from that means going back to the championship, things like that. So you got to be number one on my list. You lost the best player in the league. And put right now, it's LeBron James. So they're number one on my list. And number two on my list is Detroit Pistons. They're big. You know what their two big signings was? Their big two signings was Glenn Robinson III and Jose Calderon. Those are the two big signings they got. Detroit Pistons. Those are my two.
Oh, man. That's good ones right there. Yeah. Cleveland had to be number one. I didn't even think about them in that regard. That's bad. They went to the finals. I don't even think about them. You already know they're done. But just look at number one would be me if Houston don't get this done. Get this done with King Capella, man. But who I had right now is I thought Click played great, man. If it was me, Dallas should have made a restricted free agent offer to them. I'd have much rather have gotten him than DeAndre Jordan. I'd have made a push for him. Right. Then, would you say Danny D?
You're right. I never thought about that. You're right.
You should have made a restricted free agent like Sacramento did. You had the money. Make a push for him. Then, if he said no, go after DeAndre. I didn't get that one. But other team I didn't really like what they're doing is Denver. Like I said, I thought they were overpaying for people. And 76ers, you didn't make a push for Paul George. As soon as 12:01, I'd have been on the phone going after that. And you went and flew in LeBron. But why? Just because his agent is down with Ben Simmons? LeBron gave y'all a little week, a little talk on the phone and all this other stuff. I wouldn't even bother with him. I'm sorry. You could have wasted that phone call and stuff with Paul George. I'd rather talk to him. And some of the moves they're doing, like I said, getting rid of Bridges and stuff, I didn't understand that. I thought he's a better fit for them. I don't like the move Brown is doing. Let Brett Brown go back to coaching. Get you a GM over there. I don't know what he's doing over there. I'm not feeling it. But those are the moves I didn't like so far. Pretty much I think that's pretty.
Hello, Sam Hinkie. Hello.
The process. Well, what's left of it. But we'll see what happened with them. That's pretty much it for me for NBA talk, fellas. Unless y'all got anything else you want to add. If not, let's jump right into it. Next weekly roundup. And for next weekly roundup, free agent signed the Knicks had 1 year deal, $6.5 million for Mario Hazinga from the Orlando Magic, small forward. Guy that can shoot pretty well, knock down some threes, got some athletic ability. He was a high draft pick, also during that draft. I believe the 5th overall at the time. Hasn't really lived up to what they thought he was going to live up to. This is the job for David Fizdale and the Knicks coaching. Got a lot of talent, but got to make use of it. What y'all thought about this free agent signing for the Knicks? Starting with you this time, Danny D.
I think it's good. It's like it's a low risk, high reward. He's only 23 years old. He's 6'8", and he can be a good 3-and-D wing player and things like that. All he had to do, he's struggling with his jump shot. If he can get a consistent jump shot, and he could defend. He could be okay. You're not looking for a home run right now. If you get a good double or triple out of him, you're looking pretty good with him.
Yep, I like it. What you thought about them signing Super Mario, as they like to call him, Flo? What you thought about that?
6'8", 6'10" wingspan, athletic, can play the 3 or the 4, low risk, high reward, like Danny D mentioned. Smart move by Scott Perry. And in all honesty, he had better offers on the table from Portland, from Memphis. But once again, that's why I love Uncle Fizz. Great charmer. Convinced him to come to New York. Smart move. Mario is a good signing, good free agent signing by the Knicks, getting Mario Hazinga. It's going to fit well with Uncle Fizz.
Yep, doing a good job there, Fizz. I don't think Hornacek would have been able to get him to come here. Only guy that's a better negotiator is what's his name? What's from Golden State Warriors? Draymond Green. I call that guy negotiating, man. He got Boogie Cousins, he got KD. He's an ice Eskimo, man. Hey.
LA, let me correct you here. Let's be honest. The Golden State Warriors were not going after Boogie. That was not their intention. The rumors were circling that they were going after Jamal Crawford and Kyle O'Quinn and my man, Michael Beasley. Those were the guys that they wanted, especially Kevin Durant and Draymond Green. They wanted those 3 players, either all 3 or one of those 3 players. It just Boogie fell in their laps at the end of the day. Yeah,
and Draymond closed the deal, as always. But good move for the Knicks and Super Mario. I hear you coming there, Flo. We'll see what happens as he goes along. Hopefully he can get his defense a little better. They get a little more consistent. And that's what the Knicks need right now. They need little pieces down the road. And also last night, fellas, I want to talk real quick about last night's Summer League game in which Knicks defeated the Hawks 91-89. What, if anything, significant does this potentially mean for the Knicks in the near future? And what did you think about the play overall of some of the players on that roster? Starting with you, Flo, this time.
LA, I like Kevin Knox a lot. Got busy yesterday. I see this guy. He's a scorer. And I see that he's not afraid. He's running up and down the court. Very athletic. He can get some easy baskets for the Knicks. We will open up their transition game. I can see they're going to be up and down, running and gunning. I can see it. But again, great game by him. Also like the development of Damian Dotson. Looks good out there. Hopefully he continues to play well. Maybe I can move Tim Hardaway Jr. So that's hopefully Damian Dotson looked good yesterday. And the big guy, Mitchell Robinson, shot blocker extraordinaire, good rebounder. Got to work on his post game. And he also got to put on some weight. I'm looking at this guy and I'm saying to myself, at best, he'll be Clint Capella. At worst, he'll be Theo Ratliff. He's got to put on some weight. I believe he's 6'11" or 7 feet, 223 pounds. He's got to get up to 240, 245, 250. He's got to. He's got to put on some weight, man. I'm looking at him. His body look real frail.
Yeah, get this brother a sandwich, man. That's the main thing with him. Get in that weight room. But he definitely got some ability. What you thought about this, Danny D?
Man, listen, those boys played excellent. It shows. Kevin Knox is out there dunking on people, running the floor. All he has to do is work on his jump shot, and he's athletic and he's young. and he's getting up there. Damian Johnson shooting jump shots, running the team, and Mitchell Robinson. You got to realize this dude didn't play basketball for a year and 2 months, and he's out there playing in the summer league. 7 feet. He's in here at the weight room, at the dressing. He's with professionals guys. They got a good little young core at these three right there, and I like what the Knicks are doing.
Yeah, it looks good. Nice little young town to look at. Also, Alonzo Trier, he played well too. He had like 15 points. They played pretty well in that first game. I like also seeing Troy Williams hustling again. Good to see him out there after the injury he had at the end of the season. But the one thing that did stood out was Frank. Frank got to pick it up, man. It's his 2 season now. You got to pick it up. He looks in better shape. Like he been in the weight room. They say he actually grew in reportedly. And he got a nice little strip early on Trey Young. But Trey Young got off. He got his points after having a horrible first game, I believe. So you got to pick it up. Defensive-wise, he wasn't that great. Offensively, he still looked hesitant. Got to keep on him, Fizdale. I expect more of Frank right now. Should be playing better than what he looked right now in that first game. But it's Summer League. I realize that, folks. We're not going to jump off the bridge. We got to calm down. But nice start for the Knicks. Hope they keep it going and guys keep progressing as we get closer and closer down the road for the regular season, which is a couple months away. Pretty much it for the Summer League. Anything else you want to add regarding that in that first game, or anything else you talking about the Knicks that just stand out in your mind real quick? Danny D?
Yes, sir.
Oh, go ahead, Flo.
Oh, no, I got nothing. Go ahead, Flo.
Well, the one thing I want to talk about the Knicks real quick, and I think, LA, you mentioned this gentleman named Dame Dollar. I don't know if you heard about the rumor, according to Stephen A. Smith, Dame Dollar is happy in Portland, but if there's an opportunity where he realizes that Portland is not making moves to get better, he's interested in playing for 2 teams, Lakers and the Knicks. I don't know if you heard the trade proposal that Stephen A. mentioned, but I believe it started with Frank, Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr., Emmanuel Mudiay. I don't think that's enough, personally. I think they should offer more. But my question for both of you guys, do you actually realistically see Dame Dollar leaving Portland?
No, not for the Knicks. I don't see that. He got 3 more years left on his contract for one. And also, you're not getting him for that. That's all junk. They're not getting him that. I don't believe that at all. And if you're going to do it, I'm not doing it for that type of deal. I'd rather get rid of what's the name? What's the other guy, the 2 guard they got? McCollum. I'd rather get rid of him. I'm not getting rid of Dame Dollar. Dame Dollar's a better player. And I got him for 3 more years. Nah, I'm not getting rid of him. Unless you give me something that's going to knock me out the water, somebody I really think is a lot better. He's young. He's playing well. He actually was MVP consideration this year. Why would I give it to somebody who was already on the contract for 3 years? That's what I'm getting tired of this, man. It's like, you just got a 5-year contract. Now you want to go. You ain't want to go when you wanted that money. Come on, man. Stop it. Go build your team, Dame Dollar. You got your dollars now, Bill. I don't even want them for there. Stop it. And your Knicks ain't getting them unless you're giving KP or Knox or somebody. I'm not doing that. I'm signing a free agent. I'm not giving no pieces away. Knicks are not good enough to be giving nothing away. How about you, Danny D?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I don't know what to ask because remember, he's an all-star, so I don't know what we're going to offer him to get him. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have him, but, we have to keep that core together. We got some young guys. And they're going to try to rob the bank and try to get whatever we got, which is nothing.
Exactly. He's in his prime. He's 27. Right now, this is his prime of his career. Let him build with the team he's with. It's like, come on, this is what I'm tired of. Stop chasing all these guys on these teams. You're going to have 4 teams, and everybody else just going to watch? Come on. What do you do about it, Flo?
LA, I think you hit it on the head. I don't understand with these players. Why are they signing these long-term deals and they're already thinking about leaving? Sign a short-term deal. At the end of the day, sign a 2-year deal, 2 or 3-year deal. Why are you signing these 5-year deals for? Doesn't make any sense, I think he loves being in Portland. If I could move him for Frank and Tim Hardaway Jr. and Courtney Lee and Emmanuel Mudiay and Lance Thomas, I'll do it in a millisecond. But I don't see that happening. I think he's going to stay in Portland. I don't see him in the Laker uniform either. I really don't.
Exactly. Please, I'll jump on the Uber and get him myself, man. If that's all you got to do to get him. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And the Lakers, I'm not getting that same tied deal with Kuzma. See, Kuzma's something so great. He's untouchable. Kuzma, if I keep hearing you every deal, you ain't that great. Every deal they keep talking about Kuzma, this guy and that guy for him. I'm not doing that for Dame Dollar, no. Dame Dollar's a proven product. You can have what's the name, McCullough? Give me on what's the name, Brandon Ingram or Ball. We could talk then. But I'm not doing that for him. No, not doing that at all. That's not going to help him. So hold on to your chips there, Paul. Don't let them bully you. Hold on to your chips. But ain't that what I did, Flo?
No, that's a great point. Great point.
Okay. Listeners, y'all can let us know down the road. You think anything the Knicks shouldn't be making moves wise or anything you want us to talk about regarding them, let us know. Hit us in the comment section. That's pretty much it for today's show, fellas. And you got any closing remarks for today's show, Flo?
LA, I want to thank both of you gentlemen for allowing me part of this great show, Knicksfandom, the #1 independent basketball podcast in the world. I want to thank all the listeners, old and new. We're all over the place. YouTube, iTunes, Spreaker, SoundCloud, all over. Check us out. Thank you very much. Love being part of this great show.
Thank you, Flo. Much appreciated as well. How about you, Danny D? You got any closing remarks for our listeners?
I want to thank you guys, man, for having me on the show, opportunity to be on the show. Thanks to fans. Keep on subscribing, keep on listening, keep on showing love.
Thank you, dear Danny D. Much appreciated, fellas. As always, great job. Couldn't do it without you. Say it because it's true. Also, listeners, continue to listen to the show. Subscribe on YouTube as well as Apple iTunes. Leave a review and get a chance. Helps the show grow. Also, make sure to let your friends know about the show who will be interested as well. That also helps the show grow. Also, once again, please keep listening to the show. Keep telling your friends about it. And stay tuned. We got a lot more for you. See ya.